Okay, so this is a demonstration and video guide for the Hazard Scout iPhone, iPad, and Android apps. And it's just kind of a getting started guide of how to get it installed, how to sign in, and then how to use some of the basic features. So I'm going to start out. I'll show you my Hazard Scout homepage on my computer desktop, but then also over here on the left, I'm going to have my actual iPhone pulled up. So we're going to start out from scratch in the App Store. If you're on iPhone or iPad, you can use the normal Apple App Store. If you're on Android, you could go to the Google Play App Store. And basically you would just go to search and you would search for Hazard Scout. And I will type that in and then it pulls the app up right there. I can click on it to view more information. And then whenever I'm ready, I can click download and that will download. It's a free app to your device. And then now that's listed as an app on my home screen. And so I'll click on the Hazard Scout app. It's going to ask if it can send me notifications, and I will continue. And then this is on an iPhone, but if you're on an Android device, all of these screens look exactly the same. The functionality is the same. So it really should be an identical experience in terms of signing in and even using the app. So I'm going to use the same username and password that I have within the website, and this was given to me by the administrator of my account. So I'm going to type in demo M Wilson. Yours will not have a demo / in it. It would just be your username or your email address. And then I'm going to type in my password, and then I'll sign in. Okay, and so it may ask you for an app code. It may not. It probably won't. But if it does ask you for an app code, it's just an additional piece of information to make sure that you are the right person. And so to find that app code, there's a little "What's this?" button that kind of explains it. But I will explain it right here as well. On the Hazard Scout website, if you sign in, and then you go to it'll sign in and take you to your homepage. If you go on the top right to your employee profile, then you will see an app code listing show up at the very bottom right here. And so I can see that my app code is 0A5F6. And so I will switch back over to my phone and I will actually type in my app code, which is 0A5F6. And then I will hit continue. And then this will actually sign me in, and now I'm good to go, and I'm actually connected to the website. And so now it's going to ask if I want to enable notifications for the account that I just signed in as. I do, so I'll hit yes, and I'll hit continue. And so now if I go back to my homepage or my profile, I can actually see that my device, my iPhone, is attached to this account. So if the system needs to send a notification for an acknowledgement or anything else, it actually has my iPhone right here that it can send it to. And I can actually even see that happen right there. So I can do a test right here, and you can see right away it pulls up that notification at the top, and then I can click on that and it takes me right into the Hazard Scout app. And so now the website and your app are connected. So now I'm going to go through just kind of the app, kind of an overview of how it works. There's the My Profile link at the very top. You can click on that, and that's a page that would be available even if you didn't have an internet connection. It shows your trainings and your credentials in case you need to verify that to somebody when you're out in the field. Below that is your reports, and so the reports will list out the reports that you have on your account. It probably will look different. It'll be a different list than this right here. But I'll show you what it looks like to fill out one of those reports real quick. Even if I don't have an internet connection, this list of reports will be available to me. And so what I can do is I'll go through the report, and right now I'm just picking from the different options they made available, answering the questions. I may, for example, in this category right here, whenever I choose one, it's going to ask me another question about that category. So I'll choose working, and then it'll say, okay, what working category? So you may have additional questions slide in depending on what your answer was previously. So here I chose bees and stings as the working category. I'll keep going through here and answer the questions. And then, as I'm filling these out, I may need to attach a photo to one of these answers or a video to kind of explain if that would really help show what was happening. So I may say, if you saw a video of this, you would understand the severity better. So I could just click, I didn't show that very well. The bubble that kind of sits over here on the right next to each question, you can click on that and that'll show this attachments option. And so I can click add file and then I can actually just take a photo or choose one from my gallery, or I can do a video. So I could snap a picture right there and I could attach it to this actual answer. The other thing that I can do is I can say, I'm not totally sure about this answer right here. I'm going to have someone forward that to someone else for them to kind of take a look at and confirm. So I can choose who I am going to forward it to, and then I can actually say, Derek Brown, please confirm this. And then I'll hit assign. And now whenever I save this report, it'll actually send him a notification and have him confirm this information. Those follow-ups are also useful if you have, an actual physical issue that needs to be resolved, and you could assign it to somebody and say, hey, this needs to be taken care of, and then resolve it whenever it's taken care of. And then that makes it easy to kind of see what kind of work is outstanding right there. As I go through this form, I can also type in my answers. If I try to submit it without answering all the questions, then it'll actually show me an error message and turn those fields red. So then I have to type in an actual answer right there. And so now I'm done with the form. I hit submit. It successfully saves it. Even if I don't have an internet connection, it would save it right there. And then I can hit done and go back to this page. I did have an internet connection, so it submitted it to the website automatically. But if you don't, you could go down to this pending reports button at the very bottom, and it would say one pending report. And then once you regained an internet connection, it would actually go ahead and upload that data to the server. So that's kind of the reporting piece of things. We also have the resources, so you can look at PDFs and PowerPoints and whatever safety and other documents that you have sent to you by an administrator. To view one, you just click on it, and then it'll actually show you that PDF. You can swipe through it and zoom on it. And then now that I've actually downloaded that, it shows a little check mark saying that that's available. So even if I didn't have an internet connection in the future, that one would be available to me so that I could actually view that information offline. Real quick, the other options, we have a code scanner, and this is just a QR reader for employee profiles or equipment, so you can quickly scan someone's badge and view that information. You can click on the website link, and that just signs you in automatically to the Hazard Scout website, so if you want to do something on there, you can. And then we have your alert settings. You already enabled alerts, and we've kind of gone through that already, but you could disable those from there. And then in terms of signing in and out, on the top left, there's a button that'll take you to your accounts that you're signed in with. If you wanted to sign out, you would just swipe that and then hit the X, and then that would go ahead and sign you out. On the bottom right, you can see that you could add a new account by just hitting that plus button, and then that would take you into signing in for a new account if you needed to. So that's kind of a quick look at the Hazard Scout apps. The Android app, again, works exactly the same way. If you have more questions, you may check out the other video guides on the Hazard Scout homepage or in the help section of your Hazard Scout website. Thanks a lot.